John was not a cruel man. He was tall, broad-shouldered, always smiling,
Welcome
the
to our
kind of
home,
man
when
people
it's great to
trusted the
finally meet
moment they
you.
shook his hand.
Thank you so much for having
He
me.
wore
The place looks
kindness the way
wonderful.
others wore perfume, quiet but noticeable. In the community, he was known as the one who never closes his door. Neema, his wife, was different. She was soft-spoken, with tired eyes that had learned how to hide pain. Her hands were always busy, washing, cooking, folding, comforting. She carried herself like someone who held a house together with invisible thread. When she smiled, it was gentle. When she was silent, it was heavy. Their children were still small. Daniel, 9 years old, had already learned how to read moods before reading books. He noticed when his mother sighed. He noticed when his father avoided conversations. Amani, 5, still believed every adult meant well. Their home stood modestly at the edge of the neighborhood. A brown gate, a small compound, and a kitchen that smelled of warmth when Neema cooked. It was meant to be a refuge. But slowly, it became a resting place for everyone except the people who lived there. It started with footsteps. Footsteps at odd hours. Footsteps that did not knock. Relatives walked in like the house remembered them. Friends entered straight into the kitchen, lifting pot lids, opening cupboards. Neema watched quietly. She wiped her hands on her apron and forced a smile. John would say, "Make them comfortable." But Neema wondered, when will someone make us comfortable? One afternoon, Neema was bathing Amani. Steam rose from the small bathroom when suddenly the smell changed. Smoke. Daniel came running, eyes wide, voice shaking. "Mama! Mama! The kitchen!" Neema rushed in barefoot. Oil had been left heating. Flames danced up the pan, hungry and careless. A friend of John stood frozen, panicked. Neema turned off the stove with trembling hands. Her chest tightened. Her knees weakened. "That night," she told John. He laughed gently. They meant no harm. Neema turned away and cried silently into her pillow. Another day, laughter filled the compound. A relative had come with a child. Later, Neema noticed Daniel wearing a faded shirt. She opened the cupboard. Empty spaces stared back at her. When she asked, the relative said casually, "My child needed clothes. Yours have many." Daniel stood still. Amani asked softly, "Mama, where are my clothes?" Neema held them close. That night, she cried. Neema tried talking. She tried explaining. She tried praying. She even invited elders. But John heard kindness and ignored wisdom. Until one morning, Neema left. No shouting, no accusations, just absence. The house changed. Plates piled, clothes scattered, children confused. Relatives came and ate. No one cleaned. One evening, John stood in the kitchen alone. He picked up a plate, then another, then another. His hands shook. "This is what my wife has been doing," he whispered. That night, John sat on the bed alone, and for the first time, he understood. Peace does not disappear suddenly. It walks out quietly. When Neema returned, the house smelled clean. John stood straighter. He apologized with action. The children laughed again, and boundaries were born. A family eating together. No visitors, no chaos, just peace. Because love without boundaries invites destruction, but love with wisdom builds a home.